You ever land on a web page and just find yourself scrolling and scrolling and scrolling through what feels like a novel-length sales pitch? Well, today we're going to tear one of those down. We're diving deep into a classic direct response sales letter for a product called the Rock Hard Formula. And we're going to unpack all the powerful psychological tricks they use to turn a casual reader into a customer. All right, first things first. Before you can sell anything, you have to stop the scroll. Their first job, their only job at the very beginning, is to create a hook that's so irresistible you just have to see what's next. It's not just about getting your attention. It's about making you feel like this one page might just hold the secret answer to a problem you've been dealing with. And boom, there it is, right out of the gate. It's not a statement, it's a question. And it's not a subtle one either. This is a direct, emotionally loaded question that's designed to hit a very, very specific insecurity. It's personal, it's blunt, and it kind of forces you to immediately check in with yourself on a pretty sensitive topic. Now watch this pivot. It's so fast. You go from a modern, embarrassing problem straight to this ancient, almost mythical solution. We're not talking about clinical studies or lab results here. We're talking about a story, about emperors and harems. This immediately creates this incredible sense of intrigue and promises that some powerful, lost secret is about to be revealed. And let's be honest, that's way more exciting than a list of ingredients. Okay, so you're hooked. They've got your attention. Now what? The next step is to take that little insecurity they poked at and blow it up. They want to make you feel the problem as deeply and painfully as possible. See, they're not just offering a solution to a problem. They're engineering a full-blown crisis that only their product can fix. And to do this, they pull no punches with the language. I mean, look at that phrase, pussification of men. Wow, that is designed to get a reaction. It's designed to agitate. It links a guy's personal problem to this bigger, scarier idea of societal decay, which makes the whole thing feel way more urgent and threatening to his identity. And then they hit you with this, a classic move called social proof. This chart, supposedly from a survey of 100,000 men, basically screams, hey, you're not alone. That massive 74% who need help, that makes the reader feel totally normal for having this problem. It validates the insecurity and says, look, this is a real issue that tons of other guys are dealing with, and you should probably do something about it too. So the problem has been hooked and amplified. You're feeling it. Now who's going to be the one to save you? Not some faceless company, no. It's got to be a person, a relatable hero who's going to build your trust by sharing his own personal story of hitting rock bottom and rising again. And here he is. Meet Adam Armstrong. He's not just an expert. He's the greatest sex coach on the planet. You gotta love the confidence. This persona is so important. He establishes huge authority right away with that title and that big number, 50,000 men helped. But, and this is the real key, he wasn't always this guy. He was once just like you. And this is his story. It's the classic hero's journey, almost like out of a movie. He started out struggling, overweight, and lacking confidence, just like the guy he's talking to. Then, through pure obsession and a fateful meeting with a wise mentor, the master herbalist, of course, he found the secret. This story is just so powerful because it makes his amazing transformation feel real and, more importantly, something the reader can achieve too. So we've got our problem, we've got our hero, now it's finally time for the big reveal, the magic formula, the unique cure that is the grand prize at the end of his entire journey. And the solution isn't just a list of chemicals, it's a collection of exotic-sounding superherbs. I mean, come on, He Shou Wu, Sistanchi, you've probably never heard of them, and that's the point. They sound ancient and powerful. The names alone give it this air of secret wisdom and scientific credibility, even if there's no real proof offered. Now, every good hero needs a villain, right? And here it is, the competition. Notice how this competitor is totally vague. It's just other supplements. But look how they're described, with scary words like toxic fillers and nasty side effects. By creating this shadowy, dangerous alternative, the Rock Hard Formula automatically looks like the only safe, natural, and effective choice out there. And now for the grand finale, the close. This is where all that storytelling and emotion building pays off. The goal here is to convert all that interest into an immediate sale by creating a sense of overwhelming urgency. The pricing psychology here is just perfect.
First, they anchor a high price in your mind, $147. So when they reveal the real price of $97, your brain immediately sees it as a great deal. And they even do the math for you. You save $50. See how that reframes it? You're not just spending $97, you're saving $50. It's brilliant.
But wait, there's more. This move is called value stocking. They're not just selling you the main product. They're throwing in this huge pile of free bonuses that they claim are worth over $143. So suddenly, the math in your head changes. You're not paying $97 for a $147 product anymore. You're paying $97 for a whole package that's supposedly worth almost $300. The offer just feels too good to ignore.
Okay, but what if you're smart and you're still a little skeptical? What if it doesn't work? This is where they take away your last excuse. It's called risk reversal. A super strong, no questions asked, money-back guarantee completely removes the financial risk. Now you're thinking, well, what have I got to lose?
And just when you think you can take a moment to think it over, bam, the final push. This is pure fear of missing out, or FOMO. This warning creates scarcity. It tells you that this opportunity might vanish at any second. It pressures you to stop thinking and just act now before it's too late.
So as you can see, this is so much more than just an ad. It's a perfectly engineered psychological journey. It's a formula, really. You start with a hook, you agitate a problem, you introduce a relatable hero with a secret solution, and then you close the deal with an offer that feels impossible to refuse. Understanding this structure is really the key to being a smarter consumer in this crazy world of marketing. And that really brings us to the big question at the end of all this. These techniques are obviously incredibly effective. They tap into some of our deepest emotions and insecurities. But it makes you wonder, in this age where we're just bombarded with messages like this all day long, where do we draw the line between what's powerful persuasion and what's just straight up manipulation? Something to think about.